Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channels. Notice anything different? Oh yeah. As Miss Messy Wendy Williams will say, how you doing? Let's get right into it. So as you guys have known, vlog 1 and vlog 2 has been up for a while. Vlog 1, I admitted that I'm getting a boob job. Vlog 2 was basically how I felt before the day actually came. So here I'm going to do vlog 3 and 4 into one, the day of surgery and my 1 week post-op. So the day of surgery finally had came, and when I tell you guys that, you know, I played it cool because my mother was asking a bunch of questions. You know, she was the driver. She was asking a bunch of questions. Am I scared? Am I nervous? I'm like, Mom, I got this. I got this. But when I finally went there and I checked in and they put me into a back room to change into a Johnny and put on some hospital boots and a hospital cap on my head, shit got real. I started shaking like a mother. I started shaking, okay? I was shitting bricks. I couldn't keep my posture. I kept shaking my leg. I kept doing stuff on my phone. It was, girl, it was all over the place. I was scared as shit. And I laughed because I couldn't believe that I'm giving somebody the permission to cut me open and stitch me back up. It was just so unbelievable. So upon doing that, I sat in that room for about an hour and a half. I know I keep my phone up, but I keep little notes on my phone so I wouldn't forget. But I sat in that room for about an hour and a half until they came in. They gave me a bunch of papers to sign for the anesthesia. The doctor came in. He basically went over what's going to happen with me. And then he said, give it about 10 more minutes. Somebody will come and get you. 10 minutes, my ass. It took 2 seconds for the lady to come and get me and tell me she was ready. 2 seconds. So after doing that, walking to the surgery room with the lady, I was crawling. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, now's your chance to run. You know, don't do it. But the frontal lobe of my brain was just like, bitch, this is $4,000. What are you doing? Get your ass in that room. So while in the room, she put me to lay down on the bed and open my arms as if I was Jesus Christ on a cross, but I was laying down. So I did that, and she said something to me, and I started talking to her about God. You know, he always comes to me, and I always see him and feel him in the most craziest, important, scariest times of my life. Okay, that's when I could feel him in my bones. So I started telling her that she needs to count her blessings, and before telling her that God's gonna take away her blessings if she don't pray, I was out like a light. I woke up about, the doc said 3 hours later, but to me it was like forever. But I woke up and I started, like, I was so confused. I was like, where the fuck am I? The nurse was like, oh, she's awake. I'm like, who the fuck are you? She looked at me like, I'm your nurse. I'm the nurse that helped the doc with the surgery. I'm like, surgery? And then I looked down, and then within that split second, I felt something heavy on my chest. And then I'm like, oh, I got my boobs done. I got my boobs done. I was singing. After that, she was like, don't get up. Just stay here for a while. You know, we have to make sure that you're fully awake. I'm like, get my mother. Get my mother, and get my mother right now. She's like, but she can't come back here. I'm like, get my mother. I started getting loud. So eventually my mother came in. And I'm like, Mom, what the fuck happened? She's like, Dun Dun. I'm like, who is she? Like, I was just so confused. I started calling the nurse ugly. I was out of it, guys. I wasn't myself. And then going back, I apologized to her the day after. I had to say I was sorry. So the next day came and I had to go back for my 1 day post-op, where the doc looked at it to see if he did everything right. to see if the bleeding had stopped or whatever. So I went back and they took the gauze that they had put under my boob off, but the tape was still there. So upon apologizing to her, they did that, and she said, don't worry about it. You know, it's expected for people who is under the influence. I'm like, okay, so I don't feel bad then. I don't feel that bad. So that happened. For the next couple of days, I was up and down, basically, in and out, not myself. So we're on day 2 and day 3, because basically the feelings were the same. So day 2, I was tired, like tired to the point where I couldn't keep my eyes open, but I was so hungry. I was eating and sleeping all at the same time. Like, I didn't care if I would fall asleep. I needed food in my stomach. And I was so uncomfortable because I'm so used to sleeping on my side. I'm used to cut it out. I'm used to sleeping sitting up. I'm not used to sleeping laying flat, but I'm used to like laying diagonal, and laying dead flat on my back was so uncomfortable. Like, I wanted to turn on my side at one point, and I did, and I felt like a block just shift. It was so uncomfortable, guys. And I was so fatigued. Like, everything bothered me. Everything. And I couldn't do anything about it. You know? It wasn't me. It was the pills and medication and the stuff. So day 4, you know, I was swollen, like really swollen. For day 2 and 3, I couldn't feel anything because it was all numb or whatever. But by day 4, the pain started to ease a little bit. So I started feeling, I had sensation in my boobs again. But I was so swollen, like swollen to the point where I would see my veins in my boobs. Like, I could see the blue veins on my titties. I was so swollen, and I was still so hungry. Like, that 12 hours I went without food felt like 4 days without food. I was starving. But I slept a little better, you know. Day 5, my boobs felt a lot different. They felt a little more softer, you know, than being swollen the day before. They felt pretty different. Pain from a scale of 1 to 10 by day 5 was maybe a 1. I wasn't feeling that much pain. The swelling went down overnight. My body was so used to the muscle relaxers. Taking them didn't make me tired at all. Like, by day 5, by day 3, I stopped taking the pain meds. By day 5, it was just like taking pills, just to take pills. It didn't have much effect on me. That's how it did the first couple of days. But by day 5, I was back to driving, bitch. I was back to driving. By this time, it was 2 days closer to my 1 week post-op checkup. So by day 6, swelling, not so much. It's just the area where they cut me. I didn't have much sensation to that, and I could feel the swelling over the cut. That was basically the only swelling I had at that time. Day 6, I was driving a lot more. I was in no pain at all, like 0 pain by that. 0 pain, bitch, 0. Day 7 came, and it was my 1 week post-op. I went there, and of course I was late. I'm always fucking late. It was my 1 week post-op. The doc said everything looked amazing, and he was very surprised to see that the swelling went down so much, because normally it would look like 2 cylinder blocks on your chest. And by week 1, my boobs looked as if they had dropped a little bit. Like, he was shocked. He's like, did you start massaging yet? I'm like, but you didn't even show me how to do that. So no. He's like, wow, they look really good. I'm like, Thank you. All I did was eat and sleep, you know. Tried not to move my arms too much. But he took the tape off that was there, and he removed some stitches that he had left there. I guess he cut some things from off of there. I couldn't see. And he showed me how to massage them. He showed me how to, okay, this hand. Showed me how to push up, hold it for 10 seconds, and then push down, hold it for 10 seconds, and just do this back and forth, 10 seconds each, 10 times each boob, basically. Just keep rotating them. But you know me, I'm gonna do it as many times as I want to. This way, you know, the implant could feel a lot more softer. But for right now, they're pretty soft. I'm happy with my decision. You know, my boobs look amazing. Okay, amazing.